Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Adventures of Elder Curl. This is a series I'm doing where I'm reading my missionary journal that I kept while I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And my name is Gene Curl, and this is a channel that I focus primarily on religion and spirituality. And if you're new to this channel, or you're new to this series, I'm just reading my mission journal that I kept on my mission, and this is pretty far in, so if you want to get the whole experience of my mission, I would suggest that you start with episode 1 and watch them through. And so I've had people ask me why I'm doing this. I just think it's an interesting experience that people can see what it's like to serve a mission. But with all that said, I think I'm going to start off where I left off on my last episode and go from there. Monday, the 28th of June, 2004. It rained in the morning and evening, clear most of the midday, hot with a light wind. I wrote Rod, the B family, and Grandma and Mom. I sent Mom the $50 money order from Grandma to put into my bank. We went to the office for a little while, and both Elder Al and Sister Em told me that my mother and younger sister called about my car. Sister Em called my sister to let her know that she can't drive my car. While we were there, I asked the President if we could go to the Kahala Mall. He said that we could, so we went there and bought some CDs. We played volleyball with the Zone today. This was the first that I have played in over a year. After P-Day was over, we had a family home evening with Sister Kay and taught a member discussion, then committed her to come to church on Sunday. She has not come in a long time. The rest of the night we tried to see people that the bishop wanted us to visit, but it took so long looking for the house that we had no time left and still did not find it. We ate dinner at the pad and Elder G cooked. Tuesday, the 29th of June, 2004. Partly clear, light rain most of the day, light wind, hot. District meeting was fun. Elder G had us all have a 3-legged race across the gym, and my companion Elder G and I were ahead until we fell. The training was good too. Elder G did very well on his first training as a district leader. After district meeting, we dropped our car off at the office, and then we had lunch at Burger King with Elder G and Elder P. Then they dropped us off at the Dodge dealer so that we could pick up our truck. When we got back to the pad, I had a letter from Heidi. It was kind of boring, but that's okay. I'm just glad to get one from her. We visited John and showed him and his sisters a video. We taught his sisters T-Rose and Me-Rose the first discussion and set up a date to follow up. We then went tracting on Pacific Heights for 2 hours but did not teach anyone. Our dinner dropped off our pad, so we ate there. After dinner, we tried to see the people that the bishop wanted us to see, but they were not home, so we visited the M family for a little while and tried to apply the training from district meeting and ask for referrals. Wednesday, the 30th of June, 2004. Cloudy all day long, rain almost all day long, hot with light wind. We had week plan this morning. Elder G is pretty effective and he is a good guy, and I like him and all, but it irritated me when during week plan he acted like it was my fault that we don't have very many investigators. Well, perhaps it is my fault, but it is also my fault that we have had 2 baptisms and that we have some pretty solid people to work with. After week plan, Elder G made lunch. He cooks a lot for us. Pretty cool. The last companion that cooked for me was the other Elder G that I had for companion. I received a letter and a package. The letter, or actually a birthday card, was in the package from the B family, and in the package they put some sagebrush. I also received a letter from President and Sister Hawkins for my birthday. Elder G called President Hawkins to ask if we could use a member's computer to print something. After the president asked a lot of questions, he agreed to it, let us do it. We used the T family's computer to do it. I had it the way I wanted, but then just before I printed it, I accidentally erased it. All of my hard work down the drain. This is the first time that I have used a computer since I have been on my mission. Elder G tried next, and he made all kinds of mistakes, but we finally got it, and we went to the copy shop to make a lot of copies with our pictures on it. We visited the R family and set up an appointment to teach. Adrian, the son that's my age, told us that he wants to go to the zoo with us on Monday. We tried to see Eileen V with Brother L, but she was not there. When I called her late in the day, she said that she had a doctor's appointment to find out if she could get a liver transplant. We did not teach anyone, but we did set up a few appointments with people. We ate dinner at the Chinese restaurant with the money that Sister R gave us. Thursday, the 1st of July, 2004. It rained some today, but most of the day was clear and hot with a light wind. We left Kailua just after personal study today so that I could have Dr. M finish my root canal. I hate going to the dentist. I was told that I have to come back 2 more times and then I will be through. When we got back to our area at 11:30, we put the flyers we made all over the doors on San Antonio Drive. As we were walking back to the truck, an old man told us that we should not bother people because they go to a Japanese church. Most of my companions, including my current one, thinks that I am tight, especially when I try to save stamps by sending everyone that I possibly can the office in one envelope. Also because I often have over $200 in my support card and still try to save them as much as I possibly can whenever I can. We went street contacting for an hour today and talked to a man from Truckee Island and asked him all the survey questions, and he gave us a phone number and said that he was interested. We tried to follow up with a few people and then went tracking for about 2 hours in the rain. We taught one first discussion to a lady who did not believe in anything, so needless to say, she does not want to learn anymore. When we were looking for a place to track before tracking, I parked in one spot and almost slid into the ditch. When we finished tracking, I had to back out because it would not pull forward. We stopped at the pad to use the restroom, and Elder W had left a message for us to go to the hospital and give someone a blessing. When we went to the hospital to visit the man, his ex-wife met us there to take us to him. Because we had to go to the emergency room, I had to check in my knife until we came out. The man's name is McKinley K. He is 93 and has heart and lung problems. Elder G anointed and I blessed. I really wanted to say the blessing that he would be healed, but the Spirit did not say it to me or make me feel as if I should say it. I said what the Spirit guided me to say, which was that he would be comfortable and know that he is loved by Heavenly Father and his family, and that whatever was according to his and his family's faith, that in the will of Heavenly Father would happen. The lady wanted a blessing too, but she had shame because she is inactive, so she had us bless her 23-year-old son. We had dinner and then the 6-step program with the Z family. Everyone had some good names to work with. I was very impressed with the Z family's 11-year-old daughter, Lahina. She had some very good names and presented them to us in a very good way. She is pretty smart. We set up to follow up on Sunday to see if everyone had invited their people yet. We got home at 21:15, had a night plan, and then spent 30 minutes on the phone talking to Elder G, the district leader. I am really looking forward to meeting President Hawkins and having my first interview with him. Before my mission, I thought that missionaries had too many interviews, but now I think that it is a really great blessing. Friday the 2nd of July 2004. Mostly clear, but there was a lot of times that it sprinkled lightly. It was kind of windy and hot. This morning we picked up our dinner money from the K family this morning, and then we taught the In family the message of the restoration and invited them to share their testimony and invite a friend to church. I felt like I should see Mason K, and I did not know why. When we got there, he was not home, but his brother was there, and was a friend named Nadine, who had just lost both parents and both parents-in-law. We talked to her for a long time and wound up teaching her the fourth discussion and inviting her to church. She gave us $5 for our church. I did not want to take it, but for fear of offending her, I took it. I think that we helped her a lot to be in a better mood and have a good outlook on life. We set up an appointment for next Friday. We had lunch at the pad. After lunch, I spent about an hour trying to call people to follow up or set up appointments with them. We went street contacting for a little while, and then we went to teach Knee Rose and T Rose, but they were not home, so we talked to John for a little while. The zone leaders were there trying to visit the lady that we referred to them. We talked to them for a while and decided that we would all go to a restaurant for dinner on Saturday. We tried to visit everyone that I could think of. We visited the L family for about an hour and watched a church video with them. They gave us $20 to buy dinner on Saturday because it is the day before my birthday. I can't eat out on my birthday because it's on Sunday. Debbie B. called and said that she had to cancel for tonight because she had to work late. She also told me that her husband was mad because she is learning from us and cut up all of her nice clothes, and that when she went to church with his parents, he also got mad and cut up her church clothes. I think that guys that treat women like that needs to be kicked where it hurts. There is no excuse good enough to be mean to a woman or a child. Anyhow, she told us to call her on Tuesday to try to set up another time to teach her. And that woman's husband sounded like a piece of work. We spent most of the rest of the night visiting members to set up appointments or to follow up on the commitments that we had left with them. We ate peanut butter sandwiches for dinner at the pad. Saturday, the 3rd of July, 2004. About half the day was clear and the rest of the day it rained hot with light wind. We went to teach Knee Rose and T Rose at 9:30, but when we got there, the parents said that they had to leave for the west side and only had a few minutes. So we read Moroni 10 with them. Both Knee Rose and T Rose reads excellent for their ages. We next tracked San Antonio Avenue despite leaving the flyers. We only taught one man, but most of the people that were home were very friendly to us. One street is not enough, though, to see if it works. We must try at least one more. We tried to visit investigators and old investigators until lunchtime, and then ate lunch at the pad. The landlady, Sister L, gave us lunch. I received a birthday card from my Aunt Rhonda. I kind of want to spend next summer in Missouri and work for Uncle Jim and Aunt Rhonda, but I am not sure yet. I might even go back there right after Christmas, but I'll have to wait and see what Aunt Rhonda says when I tell her in my letter to her. After lunch, we tried unsuccessfully to visit a few old investigators, current investigators, and lots of less active members. But out of the 50 people we tried, we only caught 4 home. Not even 10%. We met Elders C and P, Elder G, Elder P, Elder H, and Elder M at the Tabernacle around 7:15 to go to the Cattleman's Company Steakhouse. The zone leaders, Elder P and Elder C, baptism went long, so we left them and went without them, but they will meet us there. Later, Elder G and Elder H jumped out while we looked for a parking spot to get our table. Elder M came with me to park the truck, and because I had to wait 15 minutes for some jerk to get out of the road in the parking garage, I was the last one in the restaurant. We had a lot of fun. Elder G paid for my food, which is steak, and Elder C paid for Elder P because our birthdays are coming up. Elder Elder G and Elder M had the waiters and waitresses sing Elder P and me happy birthday because of terrific Elder G and I was not home because of traffic. Elder G and I was not home until 21:50. When Elder G called to say that we were late, President Hawkins said he was disappointed because the whole district lost and the entire evening. We really didn't lose the entire evening because none of us had dinner, and we used $20. We used 20 to 21 for dinner. We only used about 20 minutes for travel time and what our dinner usually takes. I am kind of glad that Elder G took me to the Cattleman Company Steakhouse because I likely would never went there and possibly would have had a boring evening at the pad. Elder G keeps telling me that I need to loosen up and learn how to have fun. Perhaps he is right because almost everyone knows that I know and almost everyone that I have met on my mission tells me so. Sunday, the 4th of July, 2004. Clear until dark and then light rain, hot wind with light wind. Wow, I have to fast on my birthday. Actually, I should be really grateful for the chance to fast. Brother Key did not show up for ward correlation, but waited for PEC. In PEC, I never did get a chance to report on what we have been doing in the ward. John never showed face today. I called him at 8, and his sister said that he was getting ready for church. I called at 9, and John said that he would be there at 10, so I waited until 10:30 to call him again, but this time no one was home, so he told the bishop that there would not be a confirmation today. Gerard and Julie came, though. Sister V gave me cookies, and Sister V gave me cookies, and Sister T gave me a lei for my birthday. In priesthood, Brother Key was running off at the mouth as usual, telling everyone how he used to get mad and swear and fight all the time. I am really getting tired of hearing about it. He talks about it every Sunday. Brother M, the high council for our ward, made him quit talking about it. Today's sacrament meeting was pretty good, but there were not enough priests, so Elder G and I had to bless the sacrament. I blessed the bread and Elder G blessed the water. I was really happy that a lot of people said patriotic things and the songs for the meeting were patriotic. We went to the pad to change and study a little while, and then went to see Julie and Clifford P. We showed the video about Wilford Woodruff seeking for and finding the true Church of Christ. Julie did not really get the point of it all, because although she says the Book of Mormon is true and Joseph Smith was a prophet, she still does not think there is any need to get baptized again. We taught the first discussion and part of the third and committed Julie to pray about being baptized. And we committed Clifford to pray about and read the Book of Mormon. We visited whoever we could think of, but we did not get all that much success. We had dinner with the K family. He is Samoan and the wife is white. We ate good American food. After dinner, Brother Key played the guitar and the 4-year-old daughter sang me happy birthday. We talked for a long time because, being a major holiday, I did not know where to go to find sober people to teach. We next went to the T family home to watch fireworks from the balcony. The T family sang me happy birthday, and then we went home. We got home right on time. I don't really want President Hawkins to know what we did tonight because, being new and all, he would be upset because he thinks that we could teach a lot of people on the 4th. President Willis would have been okay with us visiting members since we asked for referrals, and also President usually says that unless we are at a member's house, we have to be in at sundown. It's hard to believe that I am 23 years old already, not to mention 19 months out. Time goes by so fast. I can't help but feel as if most of my adult life before my mission was wasted because I never did get my GED or anything else really productive. I have really been thinking that I would want to spend the summer with my family in Missouri or Oklahoma, the summer of 2005. I don't really have any good reason to stay in Pocatello after my mission, but I do have a lot of good reasons to not stay. The biggest being that if I stay in Idaho, I likely will never go to school because it would be too easy to fall back into what I am comfortable doing and not go out of my comfort zone to prepare myself to go to school. If I go to Missouri or Oklahoma, my family will not only encourage me to further my education, but will help me to do it. Monday, the 5th of July, 2004. Clear, hot, light wind. I got up at 0500 to do laundry and write letters. I wrote my Aunt Rhonda. I wrote Mom. I wrote the B family. At around 8, we helped the bishop push his van to the mechanic. Later, I called President Hawkins to ask if we could go to Kmart to buy a watch, and he was really a stickler about it. Then he said, I don't have a problem with going to get a watch because it is something that you need, but just make sure that you are back on time to work. At Kmart, I bought a watch and went to buy a CD player to use in the car, and Elder G tried to get me to buy an expensive one, but I did not give in. I bought the cheapest one with the car kit. We played volleyball with the zone at 1300, but the whole zone did not come. We were missing Elder S and Elder O and the others, but all of my district, the zone leaders and the sisters came. Adrian, Cynthia's son, came too. I played without my shoes because they hurt my feet. Sister I ran into me, and both of us almost fell. Later I slipped and fell, and when Sister I served, the ball was low and whacked me in the back of the head. When Elder G served, the ball hit me in the face. We also played some CDs during the volleyball playing. When Sister C got there, she asked what kind of music I had in my CD case, so I told her all kind. She asked if I had apostate kind. Since I told her no, she asked why I told her because I am not apostate. She asked me why, and I told her because I'm not apostate. After we all finished playing volleyball, we ate dessert and went home. Elder G and I spent the rest of the day after P-Day visiting members we had left a commitment with and see if they had kept it. When we stopped by to see the Z family, Brother Z fed us. Tuesday, July 6, 2004. Mostly clear and hot with a light wind. Light rain midday. This morning we stopped by the mission office to talk to Sister Morgan, and then we went to the tabernacle to have an area analysis with Elder G, the district leader. After it was over, we asked if he wanted to go to lunch, so he told us that we already wasted the first half of the day. I told him that if it was wasted, in his opinion, then I would not come for any more area analysis. We wound up having lunch at Elder G's pad. When we got back to our area, we visited the Neros and T-Rose and then went street contacting. We did not get far because we stopped by the park and talked with an inactive member. We tracked Ialoni and got a return appointment at one house and then had dinner. We had dinner with the F family. We tried to teach the K family's kids, but it did not work out, so we decided to just try another day. We visited Gerard and Libby for a while. Wednesday, the 7th of July, 2004. Clear, hot, light wind. Rain in the evening. We had an appointment with Neros and T-Rose, but they had to go to the hospital for a TB test, so we rescheduled. We picked up Mike T. and taught Eileen V. the first discussion. It went well and the spirit was strong. She is not sure if she will come to church on Sunday, but she did set up a return appointment. After we took Mike home, we had lunch at the pad. I received a letter from Heidi B. and a letter from Mom telling me about some of the people that Joan, my younger sister, hangs out with, and I am very disappointed but also worried that she will get into trouble. We had a week plan after lunch. We were on our way to the Inn family home to pick up money for dinner when a car pulled over and a man from Eva gave us $20 to buy something to drink. Brother Ian gave us $100 because they had signed up for every Wednesday this month. So we were in since we were in the area, we stopped by to see if we could teach Randy C., a man who we tracked it into during Zone Tract about a month ago. And something very unexpected happened. We caught him home and taught him the first discussion. We also set up a return appointment. We were not sure what to do next, so I thought that it would be a good idea to tract an apartment complex that we did not have time for on Tuesday. There were not many people home, but one of the doors that I knocked on, I asked if they would like to hear how their family could be together forever, and they responded positively and let us in. The discussion went well, and it turns out that the girlfriend, who is a soon-to-be wife, is a member in the Marshallese ward. Her name is Rose, and his is Lael. We set up a return appointment for later, and he seemed willing to learn more. His girlfriend Rose is a new convert of about a year. When we got back to our car, an old man came up and told us that the police was going to give us a parking ticket, but he told them that we did not know, so they said they would give us until 1800 to move it before they gave us a ticket. We tried to follow up on a lot of people, and when we visited the K family, an inactive family, they fed us dinner. Hawaii is more messed up state than I had originally thought. You have to belong to a union to work at almost any job, and if you mess up and are fired, the union will sue the employer to get your job back for you. Also, the union has people strike all the time. There are so many things wrong with the political system here in Hawaii that I don't have enough paper left in this journal to write them all. Well, I'm a lot more liberal now than I was when I wrote that, and I think unions are actually a good thing because the unions protect the workers. Sometimes unions go too far with it, but I think in the most part unions are a good thing. Anyhow, I think that will be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.